Here y'all. It's your girl Cash. Go to my page, my channel, Castellet. Listen, I just watched a bomb ass documentary, okay? The title, Tawai, A Voice from the Forest, is the name of the movie. Documentary. This is how much notes I wrote, okay? This is how much notes I wrote. And I hope I'm able to get through it all with y'all because this shit was good. Good is an understatement. It was everything that I know to be true, and since starting this journey and the continuation of it, okay? That's how good it is. Like, hold on, let me put this down a little bit. I want to get on the same level. So again, it is called Tawai, which is so cool. It's called Tawai because when I hear that, I hear the why, okay? But it's called Tawai, and it basically was a documentary about this man. His name is Bruce. He went to Malaysia, and he got to live and be around indigenous people, and this came out in 2017, and we're in 2022 now, so this was 5. Hey Shakira, Tawai, yes, I put it in the Discord if you want to watch it because I literally was so emotional. Hey goddess, watching it. But it's because, like, I'm telling you, if you're on your spiritual journey and you get that we need to be outside right now, how we need to get back in touch with, oh my gosh, girl, you gonna be crying. And I'm not even an emotional person, but even if you're not emotional, like, I literally cried. But even if you're not emotional, you're gonna feel it. And if you don't feel it, then you don't have a soul. That's just how I feel because that's how deep it is. So if you don't feel nothing watching that documentary, you don't have no feelings at all. Like, for real. I'll go watch it. Yeah, damn. I put in the Discord, but you have it anyways. So you have the link. So you can go watch it. But yeah, if y'all want to, y'all should go watch it because I'm gonna talk about it right now. But unity, reflections, and it was just, listen, when I'm telling you all this information, like, I haven't wrote things down to say to y'all in a minute. Like, I used to, when I first started to come on, like, make my, like, lives, I used to write things down just to make sure, like, I don't forget something or I want to say something. That's how good the document. I have not written, and I don't know how long. It's been months, at least over 6 months since I've written down on a piece of paper. But again, I'm gonna say it again, Tawai, like the why, A Voice from the Forest. So it's so funny because basically all they talk about is consciousness and the duality, and they did such a good job. Like, whoever put this together, dude, bravo, because the way you were able to show the indigenous people where they're at, the environment, even your own environment, the part you play, your role, their role, our role, everyone, the conscious, the scientific, the everything, the all. It was so freaking good. You did such a great job, and I applaud you, and I'm definitely gonna watch this again because that's how good the information was. So, right, it talks about consciousness, how it's so easy for us to just get caught up in, like, the worldly things, right? Matter. Science makes you believe that matter matters. But we all know matter don't really matter, right? Like they tell you, it's mind over matter. So let's get back to that statement, right? These metaphors, what I tell y'all, metaphors are keys to life. So mind over matter was one of them, and we literally let that go over our heads. But this matter really don't matter. We're in the 3D, right? So all this matter is really dense, which is keeping us way down at the end of the day. So the fact that all that you guys think about is matter, y'all are already way down. Because you need to be lighter. Okay? You need to be lighter. So open your mind, because with all this matter, you're going to get bogged down, dense, and then way down when you need to. And this is why I say information is so dangerous. I'm telling you, when it said this movie put everything that I know into like perspective, man, I'm just still processing it because this is just too good, right? But you need to become lighter, enlighten yourself, open your mind. It's just like when they say meditation, right? You need to clear your mind. This information is dangerous. Like I tell people, it better go. As soon as you're able to intake the information, you better let that shit go. Because if you get way down on the information, you're going to become a scientist. And you know what a scientist does? They just take things apart to see how things work. And then while you taking things apart, now you're forgetting about the whole and the all. Which they did such a good job too when they mentioned the right and the left hemisphere, right? They always talking about, oh, the right does one thing and the left, no, they both do the same thing. But how they interpretate it, how it's used, now that's a whole other conversation. You feel me? So when it comes to the left side, remember when I tell y'all the details, but then the whole picture, right? Man, I'm like sitting here telling y'all because I'm mad freaking excited that I can't even take it. Yes, I am that I am, and I know nothing. Keep your pot empty. Because if your pot gets filled, there's no room to put more things in it. That's why you need to keep a clear mind. That's why this information thing is so dangerous, because what happens when you read all these books and have all this information, you think you know it all. And you got tricked out of your spot by doing that. Because when you think you know it all, you really lost it all. Okay? Literally. You lost it all. Because there's a bigger picture to this. Oh my goodness. Man, y'all just don't even understand or overstand all of this shit. But let me get back to it, right? Because what I'm saying, even what I'm saying to you, I'm using speech, and that is not even enough. Because you literally have to grasp the idea of what the fuck I'm saying, because it's not tangible. It's just like when people, how I spoken before, when I say like, oh, I just know, right? When you can talk to somebody, you be like, it's called discernment. It's called intuition. Those things I cannot explain to you. Just like your faith, your knowing, your belief. There's no words to explain. It's a feeling. A feeling. Like I'm having goosebumps right now, feeling just talking about this. That's how I know how true. That's what truth is. Ooh. And that's one of the things they said in it. Because he's from the Western world, right? And they're like, how do you think they're gonna, be able to take this? You know why? You know what he said? He's like, the reason why. To see when you get, yes, I'm so excited. The reason why the Western world don't get it is because y'all not really looking for the truth, okay? Because if y'all were real truth seekers, we will all be on the same plane. Y'all don't even overstand. Everybody needs to watch this documentary. The fact that it came out in 2017 and I'm just now seeing this, well, I'm just glad I started my journey. You understand what I'm saying? But everyone needs to watch this, because this is all of our problems. For anybody who's watching, if you have children, and you say you love them as much as you do, and you care about your future children's children, you gonna take me seriously and actually do you and your family a favor and watch that movie. Excuse me, documentary. You need to. I don't know, cause I watched it on the free movie website. But search for it, cause you know Netflix be on it sometime. But if you need it, honestly, anybody if you need the link, hit me up. I will send it to you, because this is how important it is. Honestly, no, for real. Hit me up. Hit me up and I'll send it to you. Okay. But let's get back to it, right? And they're talking about the left and right brain hemisphere, how they both do the same thing, but how they do it is differently. So the right brain, right? It gotta be right. Listen, I'm gonna send it to you. Make sure you message me. The right brain, right? What does it do? It look at, first of all, it's more empathetic. So that's what I mean. You get the feeling more. It's with your senses. It looks at the whole picture. Okay? That's to be able to see how everything works together, right? And then the left focuses on the detail. That's the duality, right? Because y'all love to pay attention to the differences, which is what we're doing right now in the Western world, society, and then not looking at the bigger picture, the right brain. Okay? Let me go to my notes, okay? The left brain. It grasps information quickly, but also knows how to manipulate things, which also makes it addictive. Let me say it again. The left brain takes information. Let me start on this side. Like serially. It focuses in details, takes one thing at a time. So it uses time and sequence, okay? But by doing that, you're able to grasp information, but now manipulate it. AKA like a scientist, okay? Or AKA like the media. Take things in bits and pieces and put it in, manipulate, okay? But this is also fatal. It's a fatal flaw, because what happens is this is the part of the brain that it feels that as long as it's taking in the details, right, of the information, it thinks it knows it all. Hubris is when you believe that you know everything. That's your biggest flaw. It don't matter who you are. If you think you know everything, that is your biggest flaw. Okay? Because you don't. And you're literally missing out on everything else when you choose to believe that. Then you no longer have an open mind nor a clear mind at that. Because you're only containing what you know. Forgetting about what you don't know. So now the communication between the left and the right brain is not synonymous. It's not. That's why you need to meditate. Right? You need to calm your mind. People talk about being able to do this, that. Bro, the hardest thing we have is the ability to concentrate on nothing. Because there's so much worldly things, like even when you try to do it, bro, your mind end up wandering. Walking away from you. Okay? So then are you really in the now? We talk about the present and how juicy it is. How abundant it is. How free it is. But if you're constantly thinking about some other shit, how are you really in the now? Gratitude. How are you really in the now? Okay? So, the right brain, right, takes everything in at a time. I got you. It creates balance. You see, the left brain is going to create competition, right? The right brain creates cooperation, the balance. It's synonymous. You know what I mean? It takes everything. It sees how everything plays a role in its part, right? It's a deeper vision. So the right brain is more in touch within the now, which is why we're not so out of touch, because the right brain keeps you in touch with like your senses, like your intuition, your faith, your belief, your discernment. That's where the right brain perspective comes from. Yes. Your brain is like literally, it does duality all the time on its own without even knowing. But at this point, the right brain is not getting the attention that it really needs, if you get what I'm saying. So meaning, if you're not taking the time to be calm, to be still, to be in a meditative state, your right brain is lacking. You're not really activating it in the way that it should be. So that means the left brain is really active, about surface shit and not the deep shit. So you see, what happens is the left brain, because we use that one so much in our daily lives and shit, it's forgetting to relay the message to this side of the brain. If you get what I'm saying. So then now there's an imbalance. And just think about the future of society and our people if we continue with this left brain thinking. Listen, right was right for a reason. You take a left turn, you know, the right was right for a reason. I'm just saying, okay? What else? Man, this shit was so good. It doesn't report to right brain. But listen, what was more touching to me was actually him being with the people, right? It's so fucked up how their worlds have to completely change, because the people that he mostly focused on, they were nomads. So they lived out in the forest, okay? Use my left foot. Yeah, and it's not our fault. It's because we indoctrinated. That's where the indoctrinated part of our brain came from. The systems, the routines, stuff like that. That came from the left brain. Because even when you don't want to think about certain shit. If you're in this matrix, you're already thinking about going to sleep, going to work, going to this, it's all bullshit. So how do you really get to be in the now? Like, you really are never in the now because you're still always, conflicted. If you wasn't so conflicted with so many things happening outside of yourself, you wouldn't necessarily feel that way. Because it's like at this point, you're still there's so much stimulation that you're desensitized. And by desensing yourself to that, you're also losing your ability to be in tune and in touch with things, right? Because if you was in nature, for example, there's not so much stimulation. So you actually need to be aware in nature. You need to be in the now in nature because it's like survival, literally. People live in the past instead of being exactly. So you think if you're in the wild, for example, you think your mind can wander if you're hungry? You're going to need to focus and be like, well, I mean, if you're still in the hunter and gathering, a predator kind of thing, if you're still eating, or you have to live off the land, which in this group, they still, they ate fruits, but they also ate meat here and there as well. So if you're a hunter, you think your mind can wander if you're trying to grab something or kill something because you need food? No, either you gonna get attacked or you gonna go fucking hungry because you don't have the ability to concentrate like that. And the ability, it's not even just concentration, because you have to have an awareness of your surrounding. Yeah, you literally have to make your aura go expand to take in all the information around you, which you can in nature. Because it's actually talking to you. Compared to in this 3D shit, things are just coming at you. Okay? Coming at you and you just block it out. You have to find a way to block it out because it's too much information. Too much stimulation going on. And they were like, yo, they didn't have no time, no watches. They're like, oh, when the bird flies and goes, that's where you go. Because they're going towards the fruit tree. Nature speaks to you. Nature tells you. He's like, oh, you know when it's about to be nighttime? Yep, because what is it called? those animals that come out every like 7, whatever. But they stop making noise. Almost like crickets type of shit. I forgot the name of it. But it's almost like crickets. So obviously, you know, like here, when it's crickets, you already know it's dark time. It's about time. Okay, it's time to head back home now. Okay? Nature was their alarm clock. Okay? Nature was their signal. What to follow. What? It was so simple. So simple. To the point where now they have to let go of their beliefs because pipelines are being laid in their ground. And even when they try to fight for their land, they can't even prove it to the government that they lived there because they were nomads anyways. They moved around as necessary. So there was no place to even say that they were there, as it should be. Because everything was just naturally where it's supposed to be. Now this is where I get a little riled up and pissed, because then you're wondering, how did this come to be? Wow, no single thing could please bring no to the pay. I don't know, you wrote a lot, but it's like, okay, now they have to create places to stay to show that they live there. Create buildings, these contraptions, little houses, to say that they've been there because that's the only way. But they're really not going to take their word for it at this point, because they're going to continue to do what they do. You get what I'm saying? But then, even him, he's at this point self-aware enough to be like, it would be so easy to try to blame the government for what's happening, but then who are supporting these businesses? Who are buying from them? We are. What role do you play in this? Y'all can be like, government this, businesses are. Who is buying from them? Who is doing this to them? It's not these big corporations. No, it's the people buying from them. So now even him has to look at himself and his role that he plays. You buying a house, you play a role. You buying wood to put on your fucking floors, where are you getting that wood from? You buying all these things in a fucking store, where are you getting that shit from? Who? Where? How? Y'all don't give a damn. That's how separated and divided we are. It's so very sad. So very sad. When we had everything that we fucking needed to begin with, and all of this started with domestication. Domestication of animals, domestication of food, and domestication of people. Agriculture, that's what fucking killed us too. When everything was out there for us to go get, Mother Nature always fed us. We didn't have to think, oh, is this plant gonna grow or not? Motherfucker, you just went and got it. Now, you gotta think about, the future. Now, you no longer in the present. If you cropping, how are you in the present when you always thinking about the future of where this crop is going to be? That's a delay. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't even, oh my goodness. Now, where's your imagination? What's the greatest nation in the world? We all share it. Imagination. That shit's gone. Because we're so much in this matter 3D shit. we don't even see what we're doing to ourselves and what we're leading ourselves into. Not only us, but our kids, our children, and their children's children. Man, y'all need to watch this documentary. I don't care. Make the time. Time is a fucking illusion anyways, so make the time. Anyways, isn't today like, y'all off today, right? Most of y'all off today. Y'all should watch that shit. For real. Like, on me. On me. Because if I could put my spiritual journey, as far as like everything I've known, the information part of it and the spiritual part of it all together, that would be it. Because that's where I want to be. That's where I'm going back to. That's what I know to be true. And you know what's crazy? I was literally just, I wasn't bored, but I was looking for something to watch. But I was looking for something good to watch, okay? And I'm scrolling. I already seen some things I wanted to watch before I landed on this, right? But look at the discernment. You see, this is what the discernment and your intuition comes in, right? I'm sliding through. I started writing things down at that point because I'm just like, okay, at least there's a few things I want to watch. I see this. I slide over it. I literally go deaf in this ear. And I hear in this ear, the right one. And then when I passed over it again, I went back to it. This one closed and I heard it in this ear. I'm like, say less. Y'all need to listen to your fucking bodies, for real. Stop playing with yourself, because if you listen, it will always point you. And I was in a place, I wasn't doubting myself, Unity, but I was in a place where it's just like, Cassandra, what are you going to do? Like, really, what are you going to do? Where's your mind at? But this was reinforcement. This was my spiritual guide. This was my higher self. This was me telling me that I needed to watch this, so I know that I'm on the right track, that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and continue on the path. And everybody should watch it. I'm serious. I don't care if you're scientific, because it says scientific things for you. If you're spiritual, there's things for you too. Even if you're religious, there's things for you too. Because honestly, people can shit on religion, because I shit on it too. But at the end of the day, that's more a right brain function than it is a left brain function. Just saying. But, yeah. Just remember, like, we are a whole. Okay? It's so crazy because I was just talking about how we a fragment. It's my second live. I haven't been on live in forever. But I felt still compelled. Because that's how important it is. Like, this. Me talking about it, like, yes, it's for me, but it's for everybody too, because I need you to know how important your role is too. Like, I am part of you, you are part of me. Ooh, thank you. It's so crazy, because look at the word me, right? If you was to put the word me, and you look at its reflection, it's we. I literally wrote that down when I was, like, watching this shit. Literally, right here. Y'all don't believe me? Look at where is it? We. Reflection. Me and we. This shit is not a game. Like, we need to take this seriously. We need to take each other seriously. And you know what was a common theme watching these people is that they all shared. Yes. And that's why Shakira, yes. That's why it's so important to learn self. Go within, do the work. Yes. Because that's the only way you're going to get discernment. That's the only way you're going to get discernment. That's the only way you're going to build your intuition. That's the only way you're going to get the truth. It's by going within yourself. You got to find it for you. Nobody can tell you. And why do you think I kept saying what? When I tell you watching this shit reinforce everything I fucking say to y'all. Nobody can tell you nothing. Nobody can give you the fucking answers. Nobody can teach you shit, bro. You gotta see that shit and know that shit for yourself. On me. Use your discernment. Trust your intuition. Bro, you better go within. Because if you're looking for this shit outside of you, you're gonna go in every direction. With no alignment. Real shit. You better find that. You the piece of the puzzle, so you need to find that piece within you. Okay? For real. For real. For real. And yes, get back to it. Sharing. In these indigenous communities, there is no hierarchy. As it should be. Again, that's the left brain thinking with competition. Because why? Everybody played a role and knew their position. It was integration. Literally. Everybody relied on each other. So everybody did the work for themselves and one another. They even said, if one person doesn't share, everybody's gonna know. And how would that feel for the whole? Okay? All this competition got y'all losing control. That you guys don't even have sight to see. There's so much chaos. So many distractions. The society we live in is not it. Especially even in the cash system. Fuck the cash. They don't use cash. That's why, what did I tell you? Y'all need to... We are the real value in each other. People. We lost the interaction. That's why you think you can pay with a transaction. Then we lose the connection. Are y'all feeling me? Are y'all hearing me? Because, bro, I feel it through my soul. It's so simple for us to get back to. If we just all played our roles. Energy is the new currency. The thing is, it's really never new. Y'all just forgot. Y'all in the blues. Literally. You are source energy. You know what also? It just showed me how much heart we just lost. Like, I don't even think y'all know. Like, we don't even feel the same anymore. Like, we don't use our hearts anymore. We really don't use our hearts anymore. It's just all this thinking, this logical thinking, right? That we can't even use our hearts anymore. Y'all rather believe in matter instead of the mystical. That's crazy. Because if we all know everything is consciousness. And you know another thing the scientists said that was a good one. The brain is an empathetic organ. True understanding comes from empathy. Let me say that again. The brain is an empathetic organ. True understanding comes from empathy. So that means I need to feel you first before I can just think about some shit. Because I need to have some kind of heart. You know what I'm saying? Some empathy. If you just think logically, you might as well be a robot. You see the difference? Because they don't got feelings. They don't sense things the same way we do. They don't got intuition. You get what I'm saying? So we need to go back to the heart. You know, the vibration that this earth runs on. The heartbeat. We need to get back to that. Okay? Up and down, up and down, up and down. This is what keeps us connected. We really need to get back to that. Be more kind. It's just like, here's another metaphor. Sharing is caring. If we all shared, who would go without? Who would go without? If we all shared. These simple ways of thinking, we need to get back to. Back to the love. Have some empathy. Put yourself in somebody else's position. Like, feel. Because we are all reflections. Please. And when you give, oh my gosh, did it feel so good? Because you know it's going to return, especially if it's reciprocation. Come on. Man. So good, yo. So freaking good. Ooh. They don't have any property accumulation. Ooh. Man, every time I look at this, I'm going to get a upgrade. But yes, that was another thing that was so, like, these nomads, because they were nomads. And he was saying the difference when he first met them, when he had to go back to them. When he first met them, all they had was a book bag. And y'all already know, if you know, you know. All they had was a book bag wherever they needed to go. It was so simple. They just packed their book, little, not a lot of property. Because you know what they said? Accumulation of property is looked at as a waste. It's not conducive to the group. Okay? The only property you guys really have is your intellectual property. Oh, what up, bro? That's the only property you will ever fucking need. The one between these ears. Your intellect. Right here. Everything else, what the... And you know what one of the people said? Oh, it was so good what he said. Right? Truth of self. Because y'all look into material things. Things that you make and things that you break. And that you can make again. Like toys. You think, but people are not toys. Stop treating it the same. These material things that y'all put so much value on. It should be a shame. Because you gonna care about this vehicle, this jewelry, this whatever, over a human being. I mean, listen, at least I could take fucking accountability for the part I play in this fucking shit. This fucking phone I'm on, this Apple shit, bro, that shit hurts me now more than ever. I could cry about it. To know that there were kids put in dangerous positions just for this. Just for this. I can't even talk no more. That's how much this shit hurts. It's real deep. So yeah. Watch that one. Watch that documentary. Tawai. The Why. Because if it's not life changing, which is this is somebody I already know these things. Okay? So if it's not life changing for you, then I don't know. If you can't put yourself in their position, you have no empathy. At all. But gratitude. Again, if you need the link, make sure to message me. I will send that your way immediately. Keep it simple. We need to get back to nature. Immediately. Like 10 years ago. Immediately. Longer than that, to be honest. But yeah, let's just all just take accountability for, you know, not knowing better before, but let's do better now. And let's be intentional about what we do, how we do things, how we treat each other moving forward. But again, gratitude. You guys have an abundant rest of your moments. And I'll see you guys next time.